Hello. Wait, let me get into a seated and upright position. Hello, and welcome back to the Catching Up with Kate podcast. Woo! Um, yeah, so we are filming right now, obviously, and it is, I think, 8:40 a.m. or something. Oh boy, where to begin? So, I had a bit of a issue getting ready. 7:56. Wait, that's not right. I think my laptop's behind. Damn. Yeah, we had quite a few issues getting ready today, and you might notice that. Wow, she's in a different position again. Yeah, yeah. Um, Slight explanation, I guess. Today is I have decided the 1 year anniversary of doing this stream, live streaming, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Today is the anniversary. June is kind of the anniversary, but I don't really remember when I started streaming. I just remember it was, I think, a couple of weeks into June, which is this week, really. Because I remember I had started streaming and then all of a sudden it was my birthday, and I remember that very clearly. Yeah, so, um, today is a bit of a special podcast episode because I wanted to take this time and be like, oh my god, y'all, it has been so wonderful. It has just been 1 year and it feels like so much has happened, and I don't know, it was kind of like an unexpected thing, to be honest, because I never was really like, I guess, that into streaming. Like, there were times in my past where I would stream, like do like a no camera stream, and they were kind of fun, but I could never really get into it that much because I think I was like probably more shy back then, but also it's I want to say it's like when you're living with family and you want to stream, but then like your family's going to come and distract you and be on your stream and embarrass you and probably fucking dox you too. It was like, yeah, probably not the best time to be doing this thing. I would have started way earlier if I was, I don't know, living on my own and not as shy, but here we are. Yeah, and so it's quite a I'm sorry if I seem a little bit off today. There's a reason for it. Um this it is like the first anniversary of the pod, not the pod, the stream. Um it's also kind of like a transition period again where when I first started streaming, it was because I was on antidepressants, and that's kind of what made me well, it's part of like what made me stream in the first place, because the antidepressants made me feel so like, I don't know, like I was so anxiety free. I felt good, and I've got to thank Benji as well, my favorite League of Legends player. Benji, can we get a round of applause for Benji, who kind of just started this whole thing? Yeah, Benji was like, "Hey, you should start streaming because Kick's a new platform and it might be a good place to start and do your art and stuff." Thanks, Benji. And I have to thank my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Caleb, who also encourages me every day and makes me feel very lucky and special. Thanks, Caleb. I think honestly, Caleb was also like the one person who got me more used to streaming before I formally started my own thing. Caleb and I used to have like a cooking stream on Twitch where we would cook in our kitchen, and it was it was nice. It was a nice time, and yeah, so I think thanks to that experience, I was going into streaming with a lot more, I guess, like preparation, something, experience. Yeah, experience is probably like the best way to put it. So I have all that to be thankful for, and obviously, of course, I have the people, the people, to be very grateful to. I was thinking about this last night, and I was like trying not to tear up over it because I just feel like I have like the best community that like anyone could ask for because like you guys are just so nice to me. You guys always have something so kind to say, and I don't think I don't know, you're all just like so supportive of me, and I think that is just really wonderful. And I don't know how I got so lucky to get such kind of people, kind, understanding. Uh, it really makes me feel like a very special gal. So thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. Anyway, so because it's the like anniversary podcast special, it's not the podcast anniversary. I know it doesn't make sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but we're gonna try. um, I guess I just wanted a video out there where I could be like, this is me saying thanks and celebrating, because if I just did a stream, then it's like any other day, I guess. Yeah, that's like how my mind works, I suppose. Oh, so, right, what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm a bit out of it at the moment because I actually have just finished my antidepressants. I'm not supposed to, I'm not really supposed to be on them for any longer than I have been. I think it's like time for like a break. I think the way that my doctor put it is that antidepressants aren't really supposed to be like a super, super long term thing. I think I've been on them for about a year, and I think they say like I think they say like 12 to 16 months or something. I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on that, but from what I remember, my doctor was like, yeah, we'll prescribe you like, when did I go last? I think I went before I went to New Zealand, and they said, yeah, we'll prescribe you like 3 repeats. And because I was on such a low dose, one prescription lasted me like a month. So, and that's another cool thing about it, is that I was on such a low dose that when my prescription just ran out, it was fine. I didn't have to ease off them. When you're taking SSRIs, you have to be very careful with how you take them, and make sure to not forget to take them and all that sort of stuff. And luckily for me, because I was on such a low dose, I could just finish it and not have to ease off of it or something like that. And you know, I found that the low dose helped me a lot. I think I originally went in for like anxiety and depression, and I think the anxiety is still there, but I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. And I think like that's because I also started going to therapy, which was very pog indeed. I feel like the whole situation though, I was extremely lucky. Like the first medication, sorry, the first medication I tried, um, awesome, worked. Some people aren't as lucky and have to go through a few different ones before they find one that actually works for them. But the good news is there's so many that you can choose, that like they can use, where hope is not lost. Like if one doesn't work for you, fine, you try a different one. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine, you try a different one. Yada yada yada. There's other treatments that you can do for like these things, like you can do that brain zap stuff, which is I've heard is actually quite effective. And same with the ketamine, you can do ketamine. I think they're even introducing like MDMA for treatment and stuff, and mushrooms, I think. I'm not really quite certain on that, but I'm hopeful. I think that there's such a widespread of treatment forms that are becoming more and more normalized, and I think that in a therapeutical prescribed setting, these things are going to be so beneficial for people. And like I kind of wanted to talk a little bit this episode about some sad stuff, because there was something that happened in the news that I felt very like it kind of hit close to home in a way. And I think that I wanted to talk about it because it was just like kind of important to me. But I also thought, I want today to be a happy episode. I want to talk about happy things and just have a good time and not stress. Like, I noticed that like 2 episodes in a row we're talking about fucking like pedophiles and like predators and shit. And I'm like, I don't want to be the predator podcast. I don't want to be the podcast about predators, so there you go, guys. You're welcome. Today we're going to talk about nice stuff, but I just wanted to say, in lieu, I don't know if I'm using that word right, but you got to try, and if you don't do it right, actually, let's look it up. In lieu. In lieu. Meaning. In lieu. Instead of in place. Oh, okay. In lieu is an archaic noun meaning place or stead. So, instead, in lieu of talking about that very sad topic, I'm going to say something else. Guys, there is always hope. If you are depressed, if you are struggling, if you are having a really fucking hard time, there is always hope. I am here to tell you, me, living, breathing example, that when things get bad, it is literally impossible for things to never get better. It is not possible. I'm telling you this, and I'm 100% certain. Look, when you get to 80 years old and you're still depressed, come and see me. Come and tell me about it, okay? But until then, you gotta wait until then to tell me about it, okay? It is literally impossible. I'll bet my lifetime on it. It's impossible for things to stay bad all the time, okay? And so I know that it is so hard and it's just really difficult sometimes. I mean, we're all going through our own shit at the moment, at any given moment, really. It doesn't matter about like the post-COVID stuff, the economy, politicians, yada yada yada. It's kind of like up to us to try and find the beauty and the happiness and the small and the mundane that happens in our life. And I think that, you know, maybe it's easy for me to say, and I don't know everyone's situation, but I think that we need to do what we can to find things that make us happy. And I think for me, part of like growing up is learning what are the things that make me happy and help me cope with stuff. And that's why I'm always trying different things. Like, I don't know. I think that also when it comes to like getting help and stuff, like that's getting help is not a weakness. People really piss me off when they have that kind of mentality that like help is for the weak and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it is so fucking stupid, okay? Look, we're humans. We're meant to be society creatures. We're meant to live in a society, you know? We're meant to be together, helping each other, being strong, you know. I think that getting help is kind of just something everyone goes through. It's like not even like a gendered thing. It's something that everyone just kind of needs. And the more that you starve yourself of like that kind of stuff, the more unrefined you are as a person, the less you can be as an individual, because more of your time is spent putting your energy into ignoring things, bottling things up, and then inevitably what happens when you bottle these things up is it affects your personal relationships, it affects your general state of being. It has nothing but negative consequences. And really, getting help in some form or of another is just a way of making sure you do something good for yourself and make yourself a better person. That's what I think. I think that knowing that that kind of stuff does affect other people, I'm not someone who wants to be like, oh, you know, you need to change yourself for others and yada yada. But it really does affect the people around you, and it affects you. And even if you don't think it affects you, it's still affecting you. It's just, we get really good at pushing away feelings. We get really good at ignoring them. And then we wonder why we can't get to sleep at like 3 in the morning, because all those feelings are still there. They don't go away. They stay there, you know? It's kind of like, there's like laws of energy, you know? And you know how like energy can't really be destroyed? I'm like super, I'm like, look, just stay with me for a second. Energy is like one of those things where it's like, it exists and it can be moved around or something, but it can't really be destroyed. I think that's how it goes. And so you have to like move that energy. God, when did I become fucking what's his name? What's the name of that fucking guy on purpose? Oh, what's his name? Jay Shetty. I'm gonna fight Jay Shetty. Fucking Jay Shetty, my god. That's actually a really good thumbnail idea. Oh, I forgot to open up my Word document. Sorry, guys. Producer here. I need to keep track of my timestamps. Anyway, so it's a bit of a rant about like that kind of stuff, but it's really important to me that people know that like they're, you know, you're loved, people care about you, even if people don't say anything about it. You know, that's another thing about us, is that we tend to not speak about how we feel or tell people that we love them and that we miss them when we really do, because we just have all these like inhibitions about things, and we have our own minds and ways of thinking, insecurities, and uh, I think some people, honestly, there are some people out there who need more inhibitions, because I always think of it in the way of like, oh, I don't want to be that one person who's like really clingy, really weird, who's always like saying stuff that maybe it makes people feel uncomfortable, because some people genuinely do get uncomfortable with like affection and stuff, and I don't really know what that's about, but I'm always afraid I'm going to make people uncomfortable, so that's where I come from. I know other people have different ways of thinking, but I guess it does kind of come from like an insecurity or something, where it's like, oh, I don't want to make someone feel bad and potentially harm the relationship, so I'm just going to not say anything. I'm just going to make a joke about chodes or something. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to say that it can be hard genuinely to give people like compliments and to say nice things about people. I don't know why, but sometimes it just feels like, for me personally, it feels like I'm worried that people will think that I'm being fake, or like that I'm just saying things to say things. So yeah, I do get quite in my head about it too. So hey, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Even if I think those kind of things, yeah, I don't want people to get the wrong impression. So sometimes you think, in order to avoid being misunderstood, we just don't say anything at all. Interesting thoughts. Interesting thoughts with Jay Shetty. Anyway. Yeah, I don't have my water bottle today, thank God. Audio listeners, thank God. You know what? This is probably one of the few podcasts that are actually like quite audible. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are very visual. I know I do have visuals up sometimes, so damn, I guess I just shot myself in the foot there. I tend to do that, don't I? So yeah, I just gotta say that, you know. And if there's ever like a therapist or a doctor who like says that like you're too far gone about like, you know, depression or whatever, and that there's no hope for you and that they can't do anything more for you, um you tell that person to shut the fuck up. Tell them to shut the fuck up. Tell them that they're fucking shit at their job, and tell them to get fucked. Because that is not true. And just because they're a doctor doesn't mean they're fucking right, okay? That's all I have to say. I'm very angry about a certain topic that I will not talk about because it's too sad. So there we have it. You know? Ah, fuck. I'm like thinking, oh, I should just fucking talk about it at this point, but no. We're gonna have a nice day. You are loved, you're appreciated, more than you probably know, and there is hope. There is hope. I mean, I laugh, but there is. There is. And it's like, I was thinking about this in the shower yesterday, about how, like, people will. I know that sometimes when you're, like, super depressed, it is literally, like, a thing that is so hard to get out of. And some people have it so much more, like. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Because I'm not trying to diminish another person's experience, but some people really do have it in such a bad way where it's like it really genuinely feels to them like they're in a hole that cannot be dug out of, you know? And it's sad, but I just think that there is always going to be a way out. That is what I believe, and I'm ordering you to believe me too, until at least until you're like 80. Because our lives are so long. Life is so long. Like a lot of people say like life is short. It's like it's a very popular thing to be like life is short and you are hot. Life is short and you are hot. Sorry, I don't know where that's coming from. And life is actually really fucking long. But it kind of is short sometimes in a different kind of way. But I cannot imagine being 80. I just can't. Not because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be 80. Oh, dude, I can't wait to be like 80 and singing like Skibbity Toilet and have all like my grandkids be like cringing at me. Oh yeah, there's this new TikTok song that's like, I've really got to move to a town that's right for me. And it's like, oh, it is beautiful. I love it. It is my favorite. It is my favorite sound at the moment. I've really got to move to a town that's right for me. I love it. I'm obsessed. I can't stop singing it. And Caleb just like hates me for it. I love it. Ugh. It actually kind of sounds like Homer Simpson singing it, but I know it's not. But it's good. It's very good. I don't know how I got onto that. How did I get onto that? Oh yeah. I'm gonna be TikToking it up when I'm fucking 80. So I'm looking forward to that, honestly. And you know what? Yeah, this is very topical because I'm turning 26 this month. I'm turning 26 on the 26th. That is a once in a lifetime thing. Isn't that awesome? I think that's awesome. Ugh. If only it was 2026. That would be insane. Why couldn't my parents have waited a little bit longer to birth me? So yeah, I'm turning 26 on the 26th. That's so cool. And I think that it's not that daunting of a number either. 26? Oh my god, I'm still like so young. What the hell? And it's not even about just being young. I think that every stage of your life is so exciting. It is so fun and exciting. And I think for me, I love being an adult. Being an adult with my own life. I don't have to worry about any fucking parents. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I had a lamington for breakfast with strawberries. Uh-huh. Yeah, I had a lamington for breakfast. What's anyone going to do about it? Nothing. I had strawberries with it, so it's fine. um, yeah. I mean, I love that. Don't get me wrong, I didn't mind being a child and stuff, but I also feel like I didn't get to spend that much time being a kid, so that part of my life is kind of like, I'm glad to kind of be away from it and be able to do my own thing. I love that. So now it's kind of like being a child in 2024. And then I'm looking forward to like all the future parts of like life and like the distant future, you know. I'm looking forward to being like an old retiree. I'm looking forward to being, I mean, let's be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to retire because art is like something you do for like your whole life. God forbid nothing happens to my hands. Then if something were to happen to my hands, I feel like I'd just figure out a different way to make art, you know. But I hope nothing happens to my hands. So, yeah. But like I keep thinking, what am I going to be like as an artist when I'm like 50? Isn't that kind of awesome to think about? I'm going to be so, hopefully, so much better. I think that's really exciting to think about, like, what could I have learned in that time? What kind of experiences am I going to have? Like, it's still very much like a new, like, my whole life is ahead of me type of thing. And I think that's a really cool thing to feel about life. I think too many people at my age feel like they're way too old, and yeah. So we really are quite young. Maybe I'm not like a teenager anymore, but I kind of I kind of think that I was an idiot when I was a teenager. And I think you feel like this like superiority as a teen because you're like young, but you're not too young that you can't kind of do your own thing, but you're also not too old where you're like boring. Yeah, kind of like that, I guess. I think that's like the general vibe of being a teen. But I also think sometimes I miss like the vibe of being like a student and having school, having assignments. I think there was like a vibe to that that's like kind of nice. But that's okay. We move on to different parts of life. And although there are things about it I miss, there are certainly a lot of things I don't miss. So, it is what it is. God bless. I had a good time. I had a good time, and I'm ready to have more, even better times. Yeah. So that's kind of like what's been happening with me. And yeah, yeah. I hope people feel a little bit nicer. I hope you feel a little bit better now. So, with that out of the way, my whole 26-minute rant about life, real shit, real shit. Let's talk about some topics that I did happen to save. Hold on, let me go to my book. Actually, let's start here. So we had some game stuff announced. I think it was IGN 2024. And I don't really know what IGN stands for. I just assume it means in-game news. I know that's probably not what it means, but you know. Is it indie games news? No, it's not indie games, is it? I don't know what it means. Does anyone know what IGN means? I don't know. But anyway, they announced Dragon Age, and oh my god. If you've been watching this stream, you know at some point I tried to replay Dragon Age Origins and no, Inquisition, and it was not good, to spoil it. Let's see. Dragon Age Inquisition was on sale on Steam for like $7. I was like, that's a steal. I kept thinking to myself, I would love to relive my DAI. DAI. I don't want to say the full title every time I want to talk about it. I wanted to relive what it was like to play that game because I have a very what do you call it? I had a very like idealistic viewpoint of DAI. I think because back when I first played it, it was during high school. And that was when I had a very big fan fiction era. And oh, dude, I had this alarm. My phone alarm was Cullen saying, "Wake up, Inquisitor. We have to go do stuff." Oh my god. I can't believe I did that. Look, I really needed a new alarm at the time because my current my alarm previously was the iPhone alarm, and I would wake up in a cold sweat seconds before it was going to go off just so I could turn it off and not hear it. It was bad. It was oh, and then it got to a point where I would hear that alarm sound in like movies or TV shows or like even games, and then I would have like a physical reaction to it. It was fucking bad. So then I ended up having the Cullen alarm because you guessed it, the white military guy was my OTP. Is that what they call it? He was my romance. Yeah, so praise be for Mr. Cullen, I guess. There was someone else that I wanted to romance in that game that I couldn't. He was literally unromanceable. His name was Cole. Ugh, Cole was like... He was it for me. He had like the edgy hair. I think that's why I liked him. I don't know why he's not romanceable though. It's kind of dumb. So yeah, I liked him a lot. But then Cullen was like the next best, I guess. Cullen. And then people found out that Cullen's voice actor is like a bigot or something. What is that about? Let's see. Cullen voice actor Reddit. Which, by the way, it's just kind of like, okay. Okay. What's going on with Dragon Age actor Greg Ellis? Oh, he has two first names. Oh no. That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail right there. So yesterday, this was 4 years ago. So yesterday, I heard the news that Mark Dara, a long-time developer at BioWare, was leaving, and in the replies of his farewell tweet, Greg Ellis, who played Cullen in the Dragon Age games, implied he had a hand in Dara's departure. Sorry. He just released this 40-minute rant on YouTube where, in character, he complains about cancel culture and Johnny Depp being fired from Pirates of the Caribbean, apparently because Dragon Age fans have been calling him a transphobe, and Mark implied he wouldn't be brought back. Oh my god, fucking League of Legends. For future appearances as Cullen, and it's all a bit confusing. Whoa. Apparently he has a long history of making questionable posts on Twitter. Okay. A 40-minute rant is kind of wild, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, so Ellis made multiple tweets celebrating Dara's retirement? Wow. To make a 40-minute rant speaking in character, that's crazy. I don't know what's mentally ill, but that to me is mentally ill. Just a little bit. You know, just a bit. Cancel culture. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. That's... Oh, that's crazy. Anders too. I loved Anders in Dragon Age Origins. Ugh. Anders, please. You know, there is just something so fine about a virtual character who has, like, to fight, like, a darkness within him, who is also, like, a very good person. Oh, please. Oh, Kylo Ren, take me. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, anyway, how did we get onto this? So, it's quite, apparent that there's a distaste for Cullen's character. So, anyway, yeah, I tried replaying Dragon Age Inquisition. I was like, I'm gonna replay it. I'm gonna play it on stream. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't afford Baldur's Gate at the moment, probably, so I'm just gonna wait for Baldur's Gate to go on sale. And then in the meantime, I'll just play Dragon Age Inquisition. That was my thought process. No, bitch. Fucking Dragon Age Inquisition sucked. Replaying it fucking blew. It sucked, dude. I hated it. And I was so disappointed because I don't know, high expectations. I don't know, not really. I just expected to have more than two hair options. I cannot get you started on how horrible the fucking character creation is. And that's why this hit tweet. Okay, now show me the character creator BioWare and it's Marge with like a broken glass about to like shank someone. That is me. I think that if you're going to make a game where it is so imperative that it's so important that you have like a character creator where you can create your character because it's literally a role-playing game. Who the fuck am I role-playing as? My character. And is my character gonna be fucking 10 times hotter than me? Yeah. Except I can't do that if the lighting is so bad I can't tell what skin color I have. If there's only like 5 options, if the race forces me to have a face tattoo, I'm sorry, I don't really want to have a face tattoo for my character. Just not fucking into it. It's the same thing as having like a helmet on. I don't want helmets on. And again, do not give me green lighting. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you mental? Oh my god. Dragon Age Inquisition has the worst character creator I have ever seen. And I am totally not exaggerating. And that is not sarcasm at all. Because I have played Oblivion. Oblivion has a better character creator. Okay. That's a bit of a stretch, but at least Oblivion gives you clear fucking lighting. The character is like literally looking into natural lighting and has like warm lighting behind it. Whereas, oh, I hate Dragon Age Inquisition's character creator. It's fucking bad. And you know what? You know what the only way is to. Look at that. I know you can't see that, but. Oh my god. Okay. Just for reference, 36 minutes. For reference, look at this shit. It's green and it's got like white lighting. Look at that. That's horrendous. That is horrendous. What the fuck? It's like green and blue lighting. My laptop ain't even making that look dumb. That is just dumb on its own right. And the fact that they thought that that was a good fucking idea, I cannot fucking believe. I have to swear so much. I mean, I'm not even monetized, so it doesn't matter, does it? I don't think so. And then it's like this, it's so dark. Sorry, I can't see a fucking thing. God damn. Like, it makes me so angry to look at this. And then, like, oh, the makeup options? Dude, the makeup options are like, okay, what the fuck is that? Show off your Inquisitor. Love that. Oh my god. And the only way to make a hot character is to mod the game. Sorry? I'm not fucking modding this game. I cannot be fucked. Dude, I think my modding days are behind me. I had spent the time modding Oblivion, Fallout 76. Wait, no, Fallout 4. What am I saying? Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas, and I think that's it. Yeah, because it's just not worth modding this game. It's not worth putting in the fucking time to do it. If I have to modify a game to improve the first thing you do in the game, which is character creation, get fucked. Actually, like, come the fuck on. Give me a fucking break. Seriously. Anyway, so then this person on Twitter said, I'm terrified they moved away from Inquisition CC to Mass Effect CC. I think that's what they mean. But not only was the Die CC super in depth, the Andromeda was awful. So Mass Effect Andromeda. Yeah, so allegedly they're going for Mass Effect Andromeda's character creation style, and this person, who I'm not gonna like be like this person's stupid and their opinion's stupid, but I genuinely think people are looking back on this shit with like rose-colored glasses, because I literally thought that I was gonna come back to Dragon Age after like 10 years and be like, this is so fucking cool, man. And it just wasn't. It was so bad. I don't even know how, like, in the beginning, I don't even know how I ever put up with this bullshit. Look, I tried to make a POC character. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I was trying to make, let's see, I was trying to make like a celebrity, because the first time I played, I made Rey from Star Wars. I think I made Rey from Star Wars, although to me that sounds like the timeline doesn't really make sense. So it might have been the second time I tried to replay with Dragon Age. Yeah, I think that sounds right. The second time I tried to replay it, back when Star Wars probably first, the Force Awakens or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And so making Rey was relatively easy. I'm not going to say it looked good, but it didn't look that good actually now. Yeah. But this time around, I tried to make someone who is like not like white, you know? And it was a certain celebrity, and I can't remember. No, wait, it wasn't even. Oh shit, oh shit. I just remembered who it was, and it wasn't even a person of color. Oh fuck. Sorry. I tried to make a tan color because I wanted to make Megan Fox and play as Megan Fox in Dragon Age Inquisition. So as you can see, I tried to make a character that was tan. Yeah, that's fucking hard to do when you have green lighting to work with. That's really fucking hard to do. And then not to mention, I tried doing the makeup, and then in some pictures, Megan Fox has like a certain smoky eye, or she has a certain lip color, different lip liner. I ended up making her lip liner like 10 shades lighter than her skin color, so she just ended up looking like a fucking caricature. It looked fucking awful. And I'm not gonna say skill issue because I'm the queen of character creation. I I can't with this fucking game. So anyway, Dragon Age, new Dragon Age coming out. Woohoo! I'm kind of excited for it. I think it sounds interesting. Uh, yeah, it sounds interesting. My first impressions weren't the greatest, I have to admit. But, um, I think that we give it time and we, see how it pans out. It could be really cool. And, dude, we are so back. We are so back. I gotta tell you. I think some of the characters are so cute. Like, there's this one girl in the poster who's like a. What is she? I don't know what she is. I don't know what her name is, but I heard that she's like East Asian representation. She is so fine. I love her so much. But then there's this one character who I fucking hate in the poster, and it is unfortunately the one that everybody loves. It is the old white guy who looks like a fucking circus magician. I fucking hate him so much. I hate him already. I haven't even heard a thing about him. God, I am swearing a lot today. Ugh. Um, sorry, what was I saying? I don't like him. I think he's annoying. I haven't seen anything about him, but he annoys me. I think the one thing about him I just dislike the most is that he is the most like he has the most generic design ever. He has the pencil thin mustache, he has the receding fucking hairline, and not to mention he looks like he doesn't look like he thematically matches everyone else in the poster. He looks like the one with the most um exaggerated features that looks Fortnite-ish. But in saying that, I think the rest of the poster looks lovely. I think all the characters look really cool. I am looking forward to it. I'm not a hater, okay? At first I was kind of like looking at the poster being like, what in the Fortnite is this? But I think it's just kind of mainly the colors that make you think of Fortnite. And I think that it could end up being very cool. Image of Harding. Who's this? She's pretty too. She's a redhead with freckles. Oh my god. They are slaying with these characters. Holy shit. And you know, Dragon Age fan art will always be like slaying. Always. I love it. I love it so much. Now, there is one thing that people say is that, like, oh, people are complaining that the art style is so different in this new Dragon Age and that the art style changes like every game. I kind of disagree with that. I feel like the art style has mostly been kind of the same. I think the only thing that's really changing is probably just the technology and the skill of the people creating it. You know? I think a lot of the older art is very beautiful. It's very nice. I think the Dragon Age Origins art is iconic. I love it. The silhouette of the dragon with the Morrigan and the person on the front, like it's beautiful. I don't know about that one though. That one's giving me Walking Dead vibes for some reason. I have been on a Walking Dead binge all weekend. I was binging all of this cut content stuff because I I was watching Hassan play The Walking Dead, and my god, that game is like forever going to be just like cozy for me. Like, it is very cozy. It's a zombie game. It's a devastating zombie game, and I'm just like lying in bed going, "Oh, this is so nice. Ah, I love it. People are dying left, right, and center. Ah." I'm going to sleep listening to it. Yeah. So, and I was watching it in bed and I fell asleep, and then Bubbles was like right next to me, and then she was watching it with me. It was so cute. She's so cute. Oh my god. Yeah. And I was binging so much stuff about The Walking Dead that mainly because I was on my Ben hate train. I hate I hate Ben Paul. There's this character in it who's just like such a fucking bumbling, fumbling idiot moron who like gets so many people killed. He might as well be on the zombies team, honestly. And I was hating and I wanted to see what other people thought about it, and some people are Ben supporters, which I highly disagree with. Highly disagree with, but people are entitled to their bad opinions, I guess. I don't know. There were some people who were like supporting Ben and actually giving misinformation because I did all the research. Yo, I want to make a video on this. I want to make a video about being a Ben Paul hater. I don't know what that was. Through and through, I'm a Ben hater. Yeah. Which if you don't know, then I would highly recommend watching like a let's play of The Walking Dead. I know I watched PewDiePie do it back in the day. Oh my god. That was so long ago, wasn't it? But yeah, someone on I won't spoil it actually, yeah. I think I want to make a video though where I go through like a PowerPoint present. A PowerPoint presentation is such a good idea. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that so bad. My only problem is that at the moment, making like short form edited videos like that with like scripts that I read off of that I write and read, and then like highly edited stuff, it's unfortunately that is like super difficult to do with my computer because my computer's really shit when it comes to processing stuff. What I would love I would love like a separate computer that can do all that stuff, but way out of the budget. Yesterday I was even looking up like how can I improve the podcast? Like I don't understand how people have the technology to have like a DSLR camera and then like separate audio recording. I don't understand it. I just don't. And I was researching it last night to be like, how can I understand this better and learn more? And then I was looking at the prices of things and I was like, I was like crying. I think it's fine at the moment with the way we got stuff. We got our little microphone, we got our beautiful camera. It's only a little bit of a bitch to edit, but that's okay. That's fine. Okay, it's 8:45 at the moment. Okay, so it was 7:50. That's crazy. Really? Wow. I still am like doubtful of that. I don't know. Um, yeah, so we got Dragon Age, we have the Walking Dead stuff, and at the moment we are playing through the third Walking Dead game, which I might actually do some more today. So if you're interested in seeing me play probably the worst Walking Dead of the series, then come check out the stream, kick.com/katiedraws. But if not, that's okay too. We do have fun over there though. We do have fun. And then I've got to do a Black Widow fan art this week. Oh god. I don't know what it is, but like since I stopped taking the SSRIs, it's like looking around, it's like when you get a head cold and you physically feel like you have like motion blur turned on. It's kind of like that. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. Like I'll turn my head and it's like my ears it's like there's a whole thing happening. And I understand that that's probably just a side effect, but I also wonder if it's a side effect because I was taking such a low dose. I don't know. Let's have a look. How does it feel going off SSRI Reddit? Because I have been. Oh, mm, coming off antidepressants, timeline and symptoms. Individuals may. Okay, let's read this. Alright, individuals may experience one or more of the following when coming off antidepressants. Flu-like symptoms such as chills and muscle aches. I do have a bit of muscle ache on my back, but I don't mean to brag, but I did a pretty insane workout on Sunday. But yeah, it's like every time I breathe, there's a part of my back that kind of hurts, and I notice that sometimes when I get sick, that does happen. In fact, I remember when I got my COVID vaccine, like the first one, there was this horrible sharp pain every time I breathed in. It was the worst. Ugh. I tell you, them vaccines, whew, they fucked me up real good. Some. Fatigue, lack of energy, headaches, sweating more than usual. Holy shit, yes, that is me. Insomnia, trouble sleeping, vivid dreams or nightmares. I did have quite a vivid dream last night. Nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps. I've been having stomach cramps. That's insane. Dizziness and feeling lightheaded. That's me. I don't know about the brain zaps. Hypersensitivity, sounds or smells. That's me. But mainly the sounds. The smells, I guess I did feel kind of sensitive to some smells yesterday, but I am feeling very sensitive to sounds. And it's like every time I move my head, if I've been sitting still like this and I move my head over that way, it's like, it's so weird. It's like such a weird thing. But it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not that bad. It's more like it just feels like I'm kind of sick at the moment. And that's okay. May persist for several weeks. I don't think it will last that long for me because I wasn't really on that much. Let's see, we got a sertraline. 22 to 36 hours of half-life, approximate. Several factors may influence the duration of symptoms, including the drug's half-life. This is a measurement of the time it takes for the drug's active substance to reduce by half in the body. Drugs with a short half-life typically cause more withdrawal symptoms than those with a long half-life. Oh. Oh shit. Venlafaxine, which is also known as Effexor, has a 4 to 7 hour half-life. That's pretty short. Sertraline's 22 to 36 hours. The longest is 96 to 144 hours, which is Prozac, Sarafem, Fluoxetine. Fluoxetine? Okay. And I was taking a low dose, so I'm going to assume that the half-life's probably more in the 22-hour range. So, yeah, I guess it could make... Okay, so then that's going to cause more withdrawal symptoms than those with a long half-life. Okay. So that probably explains why I'm experiencing so many things. That's cool. You know what I also want to say? How can we be so sad when we have access to so much so easily? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's so wonderful to be able to just look things up and learn things. So easily, too. Hoping that this is real information. It's from Medical News Today, so who knows? I don't know this website, so yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, there's coping strategies when stopping. That might be good to know. Do not stop during a busy time or period of high stress. Dude, I ain't stressed. I ain't stressing. You know what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm going dress shopping for my wedding dress. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Uh-oh. And then I'm going to get my hair done on Friday. Ooh. Oh, that was our sub goal. And the sub goal was to either have my hair dyed blonde or red. And so my viewers chose red. So I'm getting a lovely copper red it put in my hair. Love that. Ooh. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I finally booked it. And I even booked my dentist appointment too, which is really good. So it's a lot busier this time for me than I'm used to. I could have booked my dentist for like today, to be honest, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to stress myself out more this week than I already have because getting my dress done, getting my hair done. I was meant to do a special stream today with Rex, but he's busy. He's dealing with a lot, so God bless him. I hope he just takes care of himself. Oof. Um, limit alcohol. Limit or avoid alcohol. I haven't been drinking. I will tell you this though. I have been thinking a lot lately about edibles. I feel like I'd love to take an edible or something. I don't know why. It was just popping up in my head. You know what? I think I know why. I was watching Brittany Broski. I know. Oh, sorry. I'm getting some really bad cramps at the moment. Ooh. Ooh. And that's probably like maybe like only a centimeter dilation. Can you imagine what it's like dilating like 20 centimeters? Oh my god. Okay. Ooh, I am not playing this up. Ooh. Ooh, it hurts. Ooh. Ooh, I think it's that time of the month. Ooh. Ow. Okay. Jesus. Sorry about that. I'm just being real, okay? I'm being real. I'm not gonna hide my pain. Dude, I ain't gonna hide my pain. Women be going through it sometimes. Okay, so coping strategies, it's the same. Practice yoga, mindfulness, or progressive muscle relaxation. Eat a healthy diet and get enough sleep. I don't drink, so that's good. Exercise regularly, take pain relievers per doctor approval. Staying hydrated and resting. I do. I don't want to do this because I was thinking about it this morning. I was feeling kind of sick and I was considering not streaming today actually, but I think I will stream today. I'll just do a shorter stream because I'm just not feeling the best. Yeah. I'm just not feeling the best at the moment. I feel so like I feel sick, but I'm not sick. And that's like the worst. I guess in a way, I kind of view it as I'm talking so loudly, it's actually bothering my ears. Ugh. Let me rephrase that. I think in a way, going off a medication is a lot more than people maybe think of it. Like in my head, I'm thinking I should just be able to resume everything as normal, but post therapy me is thinking, you know what? Going off a medication that you've been on for like a year, that is gonna do something to you. And I'm gonna do my best to be nice to myself and be like, you know what? If I need to relax, then if I need some peace and quiet and relax, then I'm gonna do that because I would much rather take care of myself than unnecessarily stress myself out. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be here. I'm always gonna be coming back. And I think when you're like doing things like streaming and stuff like that, you always get worried that if you go away for too long, people aren't really gonna care anymore. And I think it's a very I think in some way that was a very like justifiable mentality back in the day, but I think these days it's a little bit different. I like to think so. I like to think that these days if someone like really is enjoying the stuff that you make, they're happy to be here, then they'll make an effort to come back. And I've had people who like started following me when I first started streaming and then went away and then came back like 10 months into my streaming and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. You know? I think in some way it's like, since I'm gonna be doing this, like, always, I guess, like, there's always opportunities to meet new people, and I like that. I enjoy that part of streaming where it's like, we're all just sharing our experiences and our parts of our lives, and I think that's very special. I think it's very special, and I hope that I'm making the kind of content, or I'm being the kind of person that, I don't know, is enjoyable to watch. Because there's nothing worse than being, like, unfunny. Unfunny? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I try to be entertaining as much as I can, and I I feel like I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, and I think there's a lot of things I would like to do, or like events for the stream I'd like to make and stuff, but I just feel like at the moment I'm so limited by so much stuff. But I gotta say, October, look forward to it. We're doing Mantober 2.0. I think for the rest of the year I'm gonna be complaining about men, but then Mantober, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, that actually reminds me of a topic I want to talk about, but I really need to pee right now, so I don't know what to do. Um, I guess we could get into it. You know, it's like been an hour, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm gonna talk for as long as I feel like at the moment. So, a very this is gonna be kind of, well, I don't know if this is sad, but I guess if we're doing it at the end of the podcast, it's okay. So there was this tweet that this chick made where she was saying that she was so sick and tired of playing video games and being yelled at and yelled slurs at and stuff because, you know, if you don't know, being a girl on a video game fucking blows sometimes. In fact, a lot of the times it fucking blows. I know that there's this like mentality that like we have it super easy and that we get like all the good shit, free shit. Bruh, I don't get free shit, man. I always say that like when you get engaged, you should get like a dowry of like all the free shit you would have got if you were single. Because I actually did get kind of some free stuff when I was single. Look, I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm just saying that's just like what happens. You know? That's just what happens. And because now I'm not single, I obviously don't get free stuff anymore. But I don't need free stuff. I'm a woman who can support herself. What am I saying? Where are we going with this? Oh yeah, I guess it's because I'm no longer on RuneScape getting married to like strangers. That's what I did as a kid. God, I hope any of the people I married on RuneScape are not creeps. So, yeah. Sly Fox, if you're out there, I love you. Sly Fox, I love you. God forbid Sly Fox isn't like 80 and like on the verge of dying. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, so I think that I was really disappointed by a lot of the sentiment held by people with this topic because I think that a lot of people argue that there's a space for like being toxic on video games for some reason. A lot of people think that you earn like your stripes by being like yelled slurs or something. And I personally think it's like a really dumb sentiment to have. I don't really see the point in people yelling racist remarks at one another, especially your teammates. To me, it just seems to be like not conducive to a efficient environment for actually excelling at the video game. In fact, to me, it seems like the people who scream the most slurs, who yell the most, who are the most toxic, are always the people who just never focus on the fucking video game and are too focused on coming up with, frankly, not very entertaining insults. It's always the same shit. I should know. On League of Legends, everyone also always calls me Sakamori. Which is like the least the least creative insult you can come up with for my summoner name. Seriously. Everyone says it, and it's never unique. It's never something unique. And I've always been the kind of person to say, if you're gonna insult someone, if you're gonna be toxic, can you at least be funny and unique about it? Like, honestly, I don't get it. People are not funny. If you're just spouting like the N word over and over again, you're not funny. You're not entertaining, but you're also not clever. You're actually just embarrassing. And I think that there is something to be said about these really shitty players who like seem to think that they're somehow like awesome because they like talk shit. But it's like they talk so much shit and they don't know how to fucking play the video game whatsoever. And so I'm just saying that a lot of people will also defend shit talking in games and be like, oh, you know, we do it to everyone. But from what I've viewed, more than anything, is that when guys are like talking to each other in a game, they're more willing to be charitable to one another. They're more willing to accept when someone has like, oh, you know, sorry about that, and they'll be like, oh no, it's okay, man. But the moment you speak on microphone as a woman is like the moment everyone goes, oh, we're losing because you're a girl. Oh, it's a girl on the team. It's like so juvenile. And I think that for someone to like make a tweet being like, "Oh, I'm so fucking sick and tired of people literally team killing me because of my gender." Like, yeah, of course I'm going to complain about that because it's ridiculous. And I can't believe that there were people in the replies being like, "Oh, whenever I talk on microphone, people can tell that I'm like, you know, black," and then they start spouting racism and I just deal with it. And it's like, I don't care if you just deal with it. You just dealing with it is a problem as well. And to be like, oh, well, I have it this way too, and I don't complain. Okay, that doesn't make you like a better person than anyone. Jesus Christ. I think it just makes you complacent and complicit with what's happening. And I think if there's no like advantage to this kind of activity. It doesn't improve the gaming space. It doesn't improve the experience. It doesn't improve anything. It's just a negative. And the only people I guess who win are the people who are so miserable with their lives that they get to feel like good for like a split second, and then they get back to like feeling sad about their lives. Ugh. Sorry, I just realized I wasn't charging my phone the whole time. Lol. And I have a pretty thick skin when it comes to this stuff because I've been dealing with it my whole life, and I am in a way very like grateful for the way that I am now because I'm very like impervious to it, you know. Like I've had people come in the stream and say all kinds of stuff because they're like edge lord idiots. Sorry, I was very tempted to use a different word there. They're all edge lord morons who have no life experience, who are literally just lukewarm IQ, and it doesn't really affect me because I don't give a fuck about what someone has to say about me, but that's just me, right? But then I think about all the people who are coming into gaming at like a completely different age where they are new to the gaming space. And yeah, I don't think it's normal to have experienced as much, you know, as much of this behavior. If you go living a normal life and enter like online video games, it's like, what the fuck? This is not what the fucking world is. Why are people doing this? And people are just like bigots because they're behind a fucking screen and they can't do this shit in real life, so they do it in a video game. It's like, oh my god, you're a fucking loser, freak, coward. It's so pathetic because you know the people who talk the most shit are like either the fucking lanky losers who frankly have no qualities in real life. I believe that. They have no qualities in real life or video games. It's very sad and pathetic. The real gamers out there, the people who are actually good at video games, aren't wasting their fucking time typing or spouting crap. It's true. There's even been research done on it. Isn't that hilarious? we've actually done research on this stuff. And a lot of people will joke about it and be like, women cry about everything, but it's like, it really is a kind of, it really is something to just want to join in on something that everyone else is doing, and then you just can't do it because you were born a certain way. Like, I just don't understand the sentiment behind that. You know, Gary's Mod was like my favoriteest game. I loved Gary's Mod. I loved playing all the online servers. I loved playing Dark RP. I loved doing so much of it. Okay, fuck. I have to. Fuck. Sorry, it like cut out again. I have to wrap things up pretty soon. But my favorite game was Gary's Mod, and I loved it. I thought it was great, and it's just gotten to such a state where it's literally unplayable because I don't even have to speak on microphone. People go onto a server that I'm on, they'll look up my name, I'm guessing they look at my profile or something, and then they just go, oh, that's girl. And then they literally look around for me and harass me. It's like I'm not even doing anything. I'm just living my life. So I think that is something that's a behavior that definitely needs to be called out. And it shouldn't be tolerated one bit. And I think Riot needs to do something about the fucking Valorant misogynists. Seriously. And you know, just because you've caught that kind of behavior before and you dealt with it, okay, I don't care. People have a right to be fucking pissed off or like upset about it, you know? Not everyone's used to being abused. Because that's what it is. It's just casual fucking abuse, and we're gonna normalize that? Why? Why do you want to normalize that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just stupid. And it's stupid to be like, oh, well, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's only inevitable because everyone's complacent with it, and the developers don't want to do fucking shit about it, and until they do something about it, it's going to keep happening. And so, the way to get developers' attention is to write a tweet on it. Is to make a drama about it. You know? That is unfortunately the ecosystem of how we get shit done. You write a tweet, I guess. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work, so. What's a girl to do? It just sucks that we literally cannot play games. There are some games where we are just forced to not play it. Do you think that's fair? Do you think it makes sense that in like professional scenes, you're not allowed to type GG, you're not allowed to spray or like emote, you're not allowed to do all of these fucking things because it could be considered toxic? And that is not allowed in a professional scene. So why the fuck do you think it's important for your casual, shitty ass games to involve that kind of behavior? It just doesn't make fucking sense. You just like to perpetuate a toxic environment because that's where you thrive, because you have nothing left to live for in your pathetic life. Suck it, fucking idiots. I mean, it's like, it's sad, but it's like so true. And, you know, grow the fuck up. Have you ever thought about growing up? Stop living in fucking, what is it called? Forever Neverland. Stop living in Neverland, or whatever the fuck it's called. Stop hanging out with Michael Jackson. Alright, I'm gonna end the podcast here. Editing is gonna be a fucking bitch. I'm sorry if there's like a awkward transition in there, because usually the recording doesn't just stop there, and I was mid-rant when it did. So, I don't know what happened, I don't know when it stopped, but I'll try my best to make it make sense. Alright. Thanks for catching up with me. I will be back next week, and then I usually stream most weekdays, but this week is a bit spotty, so. Alright. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Look after yourself, and remember something. Don't pour oil down the drain. Unless your landlord is a bigot, then don't do that. Alright. Goodbye.